Hello, my name is Abe and welcome to some Slice and Dice. It has been a long time since I've played, and I know that the game has had updates and balancing since the last time I've played, but I figure let's just play a little bit of it right now, because I've been playing a little bit on my phone lately, and I've been having a good time doing it. Now, I think that because I am so bad at the game, maybe we should just start on like hard or something. I do have a couple of victories with even on brutal. Let's see. One was my brutal victory. I don't know if this was a stream run. It could have just been a run on my own. Modifiers. Monster HP down, add a gas, 6 units. How did I get 6 units on a run? Let's just do a hard, no, let's do a hard run on basic. I wanna slowly get back into the swing of things with Slice and Dice, and if you've never seen Slice and Dice, it's a very easy game to figure out. We're on the left, enemies are on the right. We roll dice to determine what our units will do, and it's up to us to determine the order of operations for how to assign the dice to defense or offense in order to win a run. These are our dice. So for instance, the Dabble as a orange character. Orange is rogue, yellow is fighter, gray is defender, red is medic, blue is magic. As our rogue, the Dabble is a bit of a dabbler. They have a little bit of everything. A little bit of mana gain, +1 mana, shield 2, do 2 damage, do 1 damage, heal for 5. The Ruffian does 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage, cleave, which hits to both sides of the target, shield 2, and 5 damage pain. Pain means that they take some additional damage. I need to crank on that UI size, I think, though, because since last time I played this game, I am playing on a larger monitor recording in a larger size, so I kind of just need it to be a little bit larger for people. There you go. Easy to see. 1440p, huge text blocks. Now, and everyone else has their own abilities, we'll get to them later. What is this? Revive the topmost defeated ally and mana gain, Prodigy. So they have changed some of the characters. I don't remember this. He also has self-damage now. So he doesn't want to die, everyone else can safely die. Gardener, Hemlock, 1 damage poison single cast, and heal 1 growth. All my sides get +1 this fight. The game revolves around the idea of keywords. That shield 1 is different than shield 2 focus. Focus adds a keyword to the shield effect, which can give it all sorts of unique, interesting abilities. Focus is ×2 if the target, or of the target, sorry, ×2 versus the target of the previous dice used this turn. So if you have another shield or heal then shield 2 focus is now shield 4. You can have dozens of different modifiers on a single face of your die. But we have to also choose a curse because we are on hard mode. On hard mode, you have to choose a curse. I could just give all the monsters 1 more HP. You know what? That's easy enough. We roll, or actually the enemies rolled. We have a goblin. He's gonna be doing 1 damage cleave. It hits both sides of the target, so basically he hits 3. He also has an ability, he flees if alone. If we kill the wolf and the chest, the mimic, he will leave. The wolf rolled 1 damage cleave again, and the chest rolled summon a slimelet, and I flee at the end of the turn and drop a tier 0 to tier 2 item if defeated. So we could try to kill a chest, or we could just go for these enemies. It's gonna flee regardless. It's also gonna summon a tiny little baby slimelet. +1 mana pair, we rolled on the Prodigy. We would get +1 mana if we use this die, or if we had another value that was 1, we would get +2 mana. Now, you can also undo any actions you want. Back to your rolling phase, you have 2 rerolls, and that's the game. So how are we gonna kill this chest? We need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, and its 5th health must be removed individually. What exactly does that mean? So it's a minimum of like 3 attacks to kill this chest. So we need to roll like 4 more damage from some source. Wow, they really changed the 8K quality, real, not fake. These are real pixels. They really changed some of the balance because I don't remember these characters being like this. Ruffian never had a, maybe he did have a 5 damage pain. Prodigy definitely did not have revive mana gain. It's an interesting one. Gardener can reroll, Squire can reroll, Dabbler can reroll, so let's get these rerolling. The Squire, we want 1 damage focus, because this could do up to 2 damage. I think I will take Ruffian, because otherwise there's no way to keep him alive doing 5 damage unless we just roll well. I think we'll keep the one damage pair from this as well. You know what? I'll reroll it. Let's see what we get. 1 damage. All right, I'll keep that. Keep that, keep that, keep that. Actually, we did roll relatively well. Enough so that we can kill the Mimic, and I'm gonna do that. So, just to do it again, we have 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage focus, so it'll do 2 damage if we attack the same target. 1 mana pair, so it's 2 mana if we use a 1 pip, followed by this, which is a 1 pip, and then this is just a heal that makes her better for the next turn. You can see that now her faces are higher. Instead of a 2-2-2-1-1, it's a 3-3-3-2-2. Finally, by using this mana, we can use any of the spells at the bottom of the screen. Scorch is 1 damage cleave single cast, so we can only cast this once in a fight. Its blue border means that it is on the Prodigy. It's his spell. Hemlock is 1 damage poison, red border indicates it's the Gardener's ability, and Burst is your default spell, 2 damage or shield 2. We can use it defensively, or we can use it offensively. And notice the yellow and red pips on our characters indicating their health, yellow's incoming damage. So we're gonna kill ye old chest, hit him for 1, hit him for 1, hit him for 2, hit him for 2. We get +1 item after combat. I would like to take an item. Yes, please. Thank you, game. And then, if we can kill the wolf, the goblin will flee, but I don't think we're gonna be able to kill the wolf. We'd have to roll very well on our damage. What I need is just like the better heals and the better shields from the Squire and the Gardener. We pretty much got nothing, but we can keep the Ruffian alive because we did roll at least 3 shield. So, Donka. I think I have, yeah, triple chat turned on, which just makes our dudes really, really talkative. So let's take a look at this. How much damage can we do? 1, 2, 4. If we get 2 damage from another source, we can kill the wolf. Let's see. We might get lucky. We did, because that's 2 mana. So hit, 2 mana, hit, kill the wolf, goblin flees, and after every combat, we get, well, something. Right now we get a level up, we also get loot, because we killed the chest. So we picked up powdered mana, replaced the blank sides of a single dice, which is really only 1 face per character. Replace blank sides with 1 mana. We get a level up. Ruffian can become a brute. 2 damage and self shield. 3 damage heavy. The target must have the most health of everyone on the enemy field. And stun an enemy with equal or less HP than me. We also get Pilgrim. Stun. Add self-shield to the target sides, so we could self-shield for 5 if we use self-shield on the Dabbler, then heal someone. Target ally cannot die this turn. Pretty good ability. Basically, 1 person can't die, and another hero can use their dice again. Really powerful abilities on the Pilgrim. I like the Pilgrim. Let's take a Pilgrim. And username in chat says, can't you rename the characters? I can rename the characters, so if you want a name, let me know who you want, and I'll name the character after who you want them to be named. Let's continue. Now, Thorn here, very annoying character. On hit, damage the attacker for 5. Also immune to abilities, so we can't burst him down, we can't hemlock him, we can't scorch him, we have to hit him and also be able to survive getting hit for 5 damage. And he's going to hit me and petrify me, which transforms my sides to stone. A real annoying dude, if you ask me. So we might want to start by ignoring him and just go for the rats first, because then if it's only him, we can just sacrifice our units into him into killing him. I don't mind that. If your units die, they come back next combat with half health, and that's the only penalty you get. For one combat, half health. So losing people is not a huge deal. Although, you know what we actually do want? What we want is target ally cannot die, and then we smack into him. So that's probably what we're gonna go for. We got self-shield again. Not ideal, but it's okay. So, let's, I guess, self-shield the Dabbler who's getting hit, and then mana. I'll hit a rat. Scorch, even though this guy's immune, it will hit the other rat. And then we'll just murder one rat, and then end turn. So we're gonna be petrified. We can't use these 2 faces anymore. But we drew perfectly. So Ruffian, his attack hurts himself when he uses it. 5 damage pain, I take 5 damage. If ever there's like an X or an N, it's just whatever the pip is of the side. So pain means you take 5 damage because it's a 5 damage attack. If we make it so that you can't die, I mean, I'll just show you. He freaking died. But if we make it so that he can't die, all of a sudden he's alive. He's alive! And the rat's dead. If you can rename bad guys, let's name them all Chris, says Jaxie Pants. Yeah, F that guy. Nachomancer says, is Prodigy supposed to look like Harry Potter or Gaara from Naruto? He's got some sick sunglasses on. Wand of Wand, big heart. Replace the middle side with heal 7. And Wand of Wand, replace the left side with 1 damage, single use, inflict single use. So we can make an enemy only be able to use their attack once. And then we have a big heal that we can put out if we need it. So it would replace 2 mana single use, it would replace the one heal growth. I think I might just go for a random item. Neither of these appeal to me. So we get arrow. Replace damage sides with kill an enemy with 2 HP or less ranged. So if we put that on the Ruffian, 4 of his sides become kill an enemy with 2 or less HP. Now that seems like a good ability, except you can only use it if an enemy has 2 or less HP. You can't use it for damage. So this is damage. You can just toss it out there and hurt an enemy. This can only be used as a lethal attack. Kind of like that on the Dabbler though. Now he's an actual true Dabbler, and we only have 1 other unit that can deal damage, the rest is just magic. How interesting. What a horrible build. Sounds good to me. So kill an enemy with 2 or less HP. I assume with Scorch we can hurt an enemy and then get them down to 2 HP. Dabbler is dying. Let's make it so that he can't die. And then we'll roll 1 damage, pretty much as good as it gets, and then we have more mana. Okay? So let's Scorch. Archers, by the way, they are in the back row. You can't hit them directly unless you have a ranged ability, like the Dabbler does. So if we Scorch this bee, it'll cleave, hit the archer and the bee below it. Dabbler can kill an enemy with 2 or less HP, they can kill the archer. And the dabbler's dying, except we can prevent that. The bees, their ability that they rolled, the reason why they're doing so much damage is that they rolled 4 damage death. So you know what? There's actually a better play, which is scorch this bee, who's not dying, then keep him alive, then hit a bee, then get mana, then kill another bee. Because there's only gonna be 2 units next turn, a bee and an archer, because these bees are dying and they're not killing me. It was a weird sound. Clunk, clunk. So we'll just do it again. It's a good ability to execute a minion. Would you like to re-roll the class of Prodigy? I mean, we haven't really done much with him, but we're reliably getting 2 mana, so I kind of don't want to. So we can make the Dabble a Dabbler. Lower healing, but more damage. Or we can make the Ruffian a Scrapper. 1 damage Steal, more damage for each shield I have, 1 damage Bloodlust, plus 1 pip for each damaged enemy. I might go for a random. None of these particularly interest me right now, although the Dabbler is pretty nice, but there's way more interesting classes. Oh, it re-rolled blue. We have the Seer now. 3 mana single use, 1 damage poison, 1 mana growth, it gets stronger for this combat when you use it, and then a dodge. Dodge all damage and enemy effects. We also have Foretell. For 3 mana, we get 4 mana in the future, next turn. So a Seer allows you to build up a mana pool. Okay, I mean, that's what we got, so let's do it. I will give you 1 mana as like a fallback option. That won't do anything with the single use, right? But let's figure it out. And hold on. How do we do this? Inventory? We can rename a couple of people. We can get Nacho Mancer. There's no underscore, so you're just one Nacho Mancer lane. Gardener. Jaxie Pants, I don't know if you are a gardener, but there you go. Pilgrim. You can be Nor, because no underscores, huh? He's a pilgrim, and who's the most ruffian that I know? Easy. Vexasaurus Rex always getting herself into trouble. There you go. There's our squad. We got names. Let's continue. I like that it scrolls now. He's very pilgrim-esque. Well, there's no jester, so we can't call him that. Troll. 3 damage cleaves. He's hitting 3 units for 3 damage. He also can hit all units for 2 and poison 3 units for 1. I would like to poison you. Actually, I'd rather roll plus 3 mana and then start getting Foretell active so we can get more mana in the future. I will lock in, reuse, and then I'm gonna reroll everything. You know, huge growth seems like a real fun turn. Let's give it a shot. Okay, well, we rolled poison. The troll has 1 regen, so this will just counteract the regen that he has. We'll defend, and we'll defend you. This doesn't do anything. Huge growth, huge growth. So now, all of a sudden, the gardener has 4-4-4-3-3 as her sides. She gets stronger as the fight goes on. How interesting. Let's do it. Username says, I don't know, I got a pretty good hat. That's a pretty good hat. I gotta admit. Lenore says, I'm glad you're putting me on jesters and not lepers. I need to remember who was my leper. Last time we played Darkest Dungeon, I don't remember. Pretty bad rolls. I mean, 5 damage is a really good roll, I just can't keep you alive. So, rip. Also unfortunate that I really can't do any damage. No, that's not true, but I'd rather just foretell. I could hit you for 5 after bursting to keep you alive, but if we keep using foretell, we're just gaining infinite mana now. So if we stall, eventually I can get enough mana to just burst you to death using my burst spell. So, okay, now you can't die. Beautiful. More mana. More heal. That's a pretty good heal roll. And more mana. So, you know, do I have enough? 16? You have 15 HP? I definitely have it. So, burst, 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 burst. And you can get the killbacks. Go ahead. You earned it. 16 mana, that's fun. It's a good ability. You can hotkey the spells. Pfft, who needs hotkeys? Let's go, I'm a dark magician, says Nochomancer. Now, I just hope that when I level people up, it keeps the name. Because I'll forget who was who. Clover. Change the 2 left sides. The left one is +1, the middle one is -2. Rain of Arrows. Replace the top side with 1 damage, range, duplicate, copy onto all allied sides. So if we put it here, for instance, and we played it, then no matter what the other 4 people rolled, their die faces would be replaced with Rain of Arrows. So we could have at least 5 attacks anytime we used it. I think I don't really care for either. I might just go for a random. We get Worn Arms. Replace the top and bottom with 2 damage and shield 2. So just general improvement for the warrior, I guess. You know, instead of a 1/1, it's a 2/2. Changes it to a shield, but whatever. Challenge, extra monster for Aegis. Shield 1, duplicate steel. So we would have to fight a Slimer, that's a huge enemy, because they can do a lot of damage, 2/2, 2/2, 3/3, and we would get this item. Replace the middle side with shield 1, duplicate steel. It copies onto allied sides, and it does more for each shield that you have. There's an obvious synergy there, where you can shield someone, and then they can shield someone, and then they can shield someone, and by the time you reach the last unit, you've shielded for like 16. So, Aegis could be quite interesting. Do we think we can survive 1 extra monster? Yeah, why not? If we're gonna die, let's die like men. So you know what? You can have that too. You have no health, but still, go ahead. For the content! Now Slimer, he hits pretty hard. He's an annoying enemy. We did roll shield, so let's see how it works. So shield, you, shield you, shield you, shield you, shield you. So that's a nice big shield. It doesn't multiply as well as I thought it would. Oh, because it doesn't actually copy the pips from the... that must be a change. But we could use this as a nice way of gaining a lot of shield on this turn. No one would die, but would we rather you have 2 damage or 2 block or something like that? I don't know. This is actually a pretty good move, I think. But we need something more for this turn. Really what we need is unit cannot die and damage. So this is a tough call. can't quite keep you alive. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll. We need something better. I'm gonna keep this, because that's still good damage if we can get 4 damage on the field, and then I'm gonna re-roll everything else. There's 2 damage. So I can kill an enemy killing Bex, and then they will live. So it's maybe a slow turn. Wow, good time for the dodge. Might be a slow turn, but it's a good enough turn. I wish that someone was attacking our mage because the cloak was a really good thing to use to dodge, but unfortunately, there was nothing to dodge. This keeps people alive. This is damage. This is shield. You gotta roll something better. What is better, though, than shield on this turn? Because we're just gonna get hit. Like, we need something more than what we have. We need mana. We need to start getting the Foretell active, I think. You can roll again. I'm gonna let you roll again as well. I guess I might as well let you roll again as well, because, okay, well, I guess we can kill another unit. That's good. Terrible rolls. But we can, at the cost of someone's life, we can get a kill. Or I can keep everyone alive and do 2 damage and get 1 mana, which might be where it's at, but that's not particularly, like, appealing. I'd rather get a kill, even at the cost of someone's life. Probably. And if anything, I want to kill the snake, because the snake is applying poison. I think it's better to keep you alive as well. All right, we're gonna try this. We're losing someone, but only temporarily. Two mana, heal 2 is acceptable. Rip. Rip, but don't worry, they'll be back. I don't want your 1 poison. I want you to roll 3 mana, please. Oh my god. Every time with this. At least we have Foretell now, and we have enough mana that all we have to do is live, and then we can keep the mana train going forever. We have to Foretell, by the way, because you only have 3 max mana. So we have to keep using it. You're still not under attack, huh? So far, though, this is a good roll. Good roll. You live. You live. You live. Roll mana. Every time I click that button, we get 1 more next turn, and we're just gonna stall as long as we can, and then we'll pop them. I mean, we can actually kill them all right now. What am I doing? Burst. Okay, 1 is not burst, so I'm gonna have to have the Nor tell me what the hotkey is for that. Acha. Excellent. 2 HP. Not a huge problem. Blind and Quartz. Blind, at the end of the turn, if no damage was dealt, I flee. He also hits all enemies for 1 or 2 damage, so if we don't attack, he'll go away. Quartz, 5 damage, inflict single use, so our abilities will only be single use next turn. The other sides are weaken. Our pips are lowered by 2. They're both the same. Also, if you only hit them to exactly the 3rd health, they die immediately. So we can kill them if we crack their crystal. Bex and Jaxie Pounce. Oof. Oof. Heal 1 to all allies is real good. That's good Infina heal. Heal and shield to all dying allies. Deplete. Costs more mana each time it's cast. I mean, just better stats is good. All right. I might have to take this option now. Lenore says, basic Bex. There's nothing wrong with being basic. Having extra damage on the board is nice. More consistent damage. I can't play your 5. But also, I really like this unit. By the way, it looks like they kept the names, which is great. I don't know what the name of this unit is, but I love it because heal 4 vitality. If you roll this and everyone's at full health, it still gives them max HP and fills it. It's just HP up for the fight. It's really good. Heal 1 to all allies, also pretty good, especially if you can manipulate those later. I'm gonna roll this. Oh, I'm so happy it keeps the name. Now, if we do not do damage, they will leave. So I will stall, get mana, hopefully. Man, no mana, huh? I will heal you and give you more health. I give you more health. And we will also stun someone. We will stun you. Everyone's gonna take a little bit of damage. Bex will be weakened, but the blind will flee. Keeping names is such a great change for streamers, says the Nor. It's just good. It's a good option. Okay, we probably need damage, but 1 heal on everyone is not bad. I would like you to roll 3 mana at some point. One, 2, 3. I like this because it means we can hit. If we self-shield and then attack, we can do 3 damage. Okay, maybe not the best results, but we'll take it. I can't kill the quartz. I can't get him to exactly 3 HP, I don't think. Yeah. So we'll foretell, put up a block, end turn, everything's going fine. Take one for the team. With 1 damage, I can kill a quartz. So we'll do that. Keep you alive, shield you. This is fine. This might be one of those fights where, you know, it might take a minute. Things are going well, you know, it's gotta slow play it. There's only 1 enemy left. We have infinite mana as long as we, you know, live. You don't need this. Might as well take the damage. Good, good. All right, so HP up, hit. Honestly, I can kill you, so I'm just gonna kill you. Oh, that's not the kill yourself on use attack. No, it's not. 3 of a kind. ×3 if this has the same pips as the 2 previous dice this turn. It goes on the right side. So what I'm thinking is if we put that here, then this heal all would heal 3 if we use a 1, and then a 1, and then this. We could also take lead boots. Add sticky and +1 to all sides. Cannot be re-rolled. So if we roll this on, say, username, then they would have a 6, a 3, a 2, a 2, a 3, a 3, but we could not re-roll the faces at all. I kind of like the idea of putting that on Nachomancer, because after a while, like the single use will be removed from this face and then it is gone forever. So eventually, he's only going to have 2 faces. +1 mana growth, which will start at +2, and dodge. And these are the only 2 that will be sticky. I think that's fine, honestly. And we can keep the powdered mana here to remove sticky from this side, because it completely replaces it. Because if we roll 4 mana, even better. 2 poison, even better. And if he rolls dodge, you know, whatever. It's a dodge. So sure, 2 poison. That's acceptable. Let's re-roll. I would love to get, yes, Deathless. We also rolled big damage. 5 damage pain. We need to take a look at these units as well. Bandit flees if an adjacent monster is overkilled by 2 or more. So if we did 10 damage to the militia or more, they would flee, both of them. And militia flees if a target gets 5 shields. Well, if we self-shield username and rolled 5 health, they could cause the militia to flee. Otherwise, you know, we are where we are. I feel like keeping this because we might be able to use it if we roll 2 damage. we have to roll the mana from here and the mana from here, or one of the attacks from here, and then we can kill an enemy. I'm gonna go for it. That's not enough, so I could just not use this attack. That'll kill me, and instead just make sure that username can't die. Because my thinking was, you know, we're 1 point away from killing the militia. They're actually dead, we just have to wait a minute. But what might be better is trying to overkill this militia next turn. Wait a minute. I can keep you alive. I can keep him alive. Because I have heal 4 vitality. So username lives, and then hit the bandit, poison the bandit. The bandit's dead. We only have 2 units next turn. I do like the idea, though, of trying to overkill this guy, but I think just killing a bandit might just be better. Oops, hold on. I undo a lot just to play around with the turn. I feel like this is good. It kills a bandit. They're annoying because they can poison and they do more damage than the militia. Militia's whatever. Lenore says, man, I cannot overstate how much I love the undo option in this game. Yes. Undo is really damn nice to have because it means that you don't have to like try to min-max your freaking turns. You know, you can just kind of play the game. You can just try out a turn and see what happens. You don't have to know exactly how all of the interactions in the game work. You just do it. I like it. Having ally cannot die with a big pain attack is really nice. Otherwise, it would be basically worthless. We would never be able to play it. So we can have a, whatever this unit's called, imbue, +1 pip to target sides this turn, damage sides, single cast. 1 damage mana gain, 1 damage poison, 1 damage copycat. Copy the keywords from the previous dice this turn. So, single use, sticky, growth, mana gain, vitality. You wouldn't want a vitality in enemy though. Duplicate, steal, pain. Those are the keywords that we could copycat. Self-shield. Or we could take Vex, which is 4 damage exert. Basically, you have to take next turn off. Or 1 damage cleave chain. Cleave hits both sides of the target, and Chain, if this shares a keyword with the previous dice, does double damage. So it could do up to 2 damage. Hell yeah. We also have Fanatic. This enemy only has pain for us and them. They will kill themselves eventually. And Bell, who, at the end of each turn, does 1 damage to all of us and 5 damage to it. It kills itself, and rings, and hurts us, and spawns imps, and does damage to all enemies, and exerts itself. So this thing just is gonna do a lot of damage, take a turn off, and kill itself eventually. I think I would like to reroll. Username becomes, I think, the Collector. A lot of everything. 2 damage growth, 2 damage death wish, ×2 if I'm dying, 1 damage duplicate, 2 damage self shield, 1 damage cleave, 1 damage focus. Just a lot of everything. I will put this here. Replace the middle side with shield 1, duplicate, steal. Sure. So you have 1 defend and a bunch of attacks. Why not? Whatever. Now this might be a good opportunity actually for lead boots, because 2 damage is not a lot, 3 damage is a little bit better, isn't it? It doesn't really matter what you roll, as long as you roll something. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. I could also, wait a minute, I could also roll this. Can only hit the last enemy, or can only kill an enemy, but very consistent on the rolls. No, I kind of like this. I'm just kind of looking at the UI a little bit here. So we could have Sticky Shield. Nah, I kind of like this. Continue. X changed, but it said I did. Oh, that was funny. I didn't notice. Said the wrong name, I guess. Okay, Fanatic's gonna hit like a freaking truck, unless we stun him, but if we stun him, he doesn't hurt himself. The rest of this is pretty good rolls, though. So if we take a look, we actually can't stun unless we burst. And it saves a lot of damage, but this enemy is not gonna be dying. So I might be okay with just letting him attack, and then we'll just re-roll this to get like a self shield. That would be nice, or reuse face, that would be nice. That's acceptable, because he can block 3 of the damage that he's taking just by attacking. And we can foretell to get more mana next turn. And this has been upgraded, so it's 4 pips now because it was a growth side. And this is pretty okay. 3 damage to kill a Fanatic next turn is pretty easy. The Bell's gonna spawn an imp, at least it wasn't attacking. Now it's attacking, and it's gonna hit pretty hard. This is a really good time for the cleave. Cleave, burst, hit. All we need is 1 more damage from something. We have another burst, so we can kill all of the enemies already. So let's see if we can roll better. I would say we didn't. Kill you. Kill you. Nobody's dying. The Bell is going to exert next turn, so it's gonna take the turn off. And we can just kill it. Whatever, end turn. I mean, you're still gonna hurt yourself, so what do I care? Bang. Quartz Bones. Bones, basic enemies, they do 1 damage to adjacent allies on death, so they bone shatter. Choose an item, Jester Cap or Glass Blade. Jester Cap turns the unit basically into the Jester character. This is the Jester's loadout. Cantrip reroll. I can't look at the abilities, but cantrip reroll, 3 mana, cloak, or Glass Blade. Replace the left side with 5 damage, discarded upon death. 5 damage is pretty nice. Kills the bones. You just don't want to let the unit die. Gardener has been solid. Gardener, I forget what this is, like Sorceress or something? Really good. The heal 4 vitality is amazing, and heal all. If we can increase the number of pips on these two, we can have like a heal 5 or something. Heal 5 to all allies would be incredible. So we could take Glass Blade or roll a random tier 4 item. We haven't really needed the heal, I will say. Give me a random. At the start of each turn, shield 1. It's not bad. Not bad. Put that on Jaxie Pants, aka the weakest unit right now, and every turn they get 1 shield. It's fine. It's not as bombastic as 5 damage, but you know, it's something. It'll help. A KO on your roll would be fantastic. Perfect. Because we can kill a bone. Hurts the other bones. Nobody's dying. But we can stun maybe you. Stop you from weakening us. We're gonna get single use on Jaxie Pants, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. Three damage, 3 shield. Another stun, I like. We could dodge on this turn. I kind of like that just to save a unit. It basically negates an enemy's attack. And then we'll take 2 damage and reroll you again. Yeah, I'll single use this. I don't care. So we will I guess I don't mind if you single use this person. So we're gonna go after the bones. And we're gonna set up a bone chain reaction. Take more health, stun you, I guess, and turn. Only 2 quartz left, and we only have to do, you know, 4 or 5 damage in order to actually kill them. Beautiful. Heal, you live. ... I love that the healer's like, okay, I guess you don't need me. They added a lot more hero chat, which I can appreciate. Okay, smack. Smack. No, if we do it here, we can shatter you, and then we'll stun the quartz who's not doing anything, and then put some more health on people, because why not? And you're pretty much dead. Nice shot. Finally, we can upgrade username the last level 1. Gambler? I remember this one. 1 damage, 3 damage, 5 damage. Basically, you're gambling to see if you can get higher. Or a rogue with cantrip damage. If you roll this, it just does the damage and you can keep rolling it. Or 1 damage poison, 2 damage cruel, times 2 if the target is at half health, a dodge. I mean, if we give him the shield, he's kind of a normal unit. A bad unit, but a normal unit regardless. If we give him this, we get cantrip damage. I kind of like the gambler here. We could also re-roll it, but kind of like the gambler, and then gambler pick. We've unlocked the Ace of Spades. Kind of like gambler pick here, and then we can just give him this. Now we could make him a, like, killer, but sure, there you go. We kind of have items that we're not using, and that's okay. It's okay. We could also replace you with this 3 damage KO. Yeah, I think I like what we have. Continue. Continue. And we have a couple of very annoying units here. Shade and Militia. Shade only ever targets the enemy with the least health. And every time you hit them, they become immune to damage for 1 turn. And Wiz, in the back, is focused on summoning a lot of boneses, summon 2 boneses, and weakening us. So he's a kind of a jerk. He's also in the back, so you can't hit him unless you have ranged attacks. But I like this so far. Let's reroll. Like it. Reroll. Come on, gambler. 1. Rip. Well, Shade is half dead. Hit the Militia, stun the Militia, give more health to you, and foretell. I mean, ultimately, that's not a bad turn. It's not particularly great, but... So 2 damage, replicate. I mean, on its own... Actually, what about 2 damage replicate self-shield? Now everyone has self-shield on their sides. It's actually like a pretty good turn. Yeah, it gets rid of the bones, but it doesn't do much else beyond that. So let's roll and see if we get better on the rest of these. Like, that's pretty good. Jackpot! 5 damage. And I like this to kill the Shade. We can also make the Militia flee by putting the self-shield on the healer, because he flees when his target has 5 or more shield. And then here, we'll hit for 2, and then hit for 2, and then pass turn, and I want to get more mana next turn, so we're gonna foretell. Beautiful. Health. Mana. You're doing damage. He's gonna do a heal, so if we kill all of his minions, he's gonna have nothing to heal. All right, well, that was a terrible turn. Also, you cannot add the same keyword to a side, unfortunately. So we'll hit a bone, burst a bone. Now it's just him. So we'll gain a lot of mana next turn. And then with 8 mana, I mean, we can just burst him down at this point, or I really like the idea of just being able to self-shield and then replicate it across a bunch of enemies. 3 Slimers. This is a new fight, I think. Would you like to re-roll Bexosaurus? Honestly, it's been a really good unit. No. Choose an item, Glyph of Purity or Decree, not McCree. Add Dogma to all sides. Only the pips change when the side is replaced. Glyph of Purity, add Cleanse to the top and bottom. Reduces target's negative effects. So if we cleanse, for instance, the heal, we could cleanse poison or petrification or weakness by 1 when we heal. If we put cleanse on an attack, we will cleanse the enemy. And Decree, only pips change when a side is replaced. If we put arrow on username, for instance, only the pips change. So these will still be normal attacks. They will just be 2, 2, and 2, because only the pips change when the side is replaced. We could make the poison a poison 2, because only the pips would change. It would change to a 2. I could buff the heal on Jaxie Pants from 1 to 2. I think ultimately Decree is more interesting than Glyph of Purity, because you can replace sides with powerful sides and get really kind of cool effects out of it. So I think we'll take Decree, which gives Dogma, and then I will make you have better healing and mana generation. Heal 2, mana gen 2. Is that good enough? Nacho says, I've been in the other room. Have I been useful? Yes. You have some mana. Or... two damage, poison, single-use Dogma. Only pips change. I mean, if I really wanted to, I can make this heal a heal for 1. I think I would rather just make you a little bit better. I'll put this on username so that they have something that they can do all the time. Shields every turn, put it on you. I think that's gonna be important, and sure, that's good enough. You foretold a lot, like a lot. Yeah, he's basically the madman from Darkest Dungeon 1, the prophet, the screaming prophet. Yeah. It's fine. That's why I gave him the shield, because they have 3 damage to the top and bottom enemies. It used to be a keyword. It used to be called flanking. Okay, that keeps someone alive. We want to roll the vitality, which we did. Hey, jackpot, 5 damage. Now Slimers, again, they will split into a slime, but that is still worth it. Oh, we don't even need this ability. How fancy. Okay. There's a wasted target ally cannot die, but that's fine, you know. We can stun a Slimer if they live on this turn. So we just roll you again. 1 damage. Look, they're not all gonna be winners. It's okay though. Start the foretell. I foretell this being a useful ability. Heal for 2, mana 2. I like it. Mana 2, I like it. Kind of like the self shield too. In fact, I kind of like this more. It just puts a self shield on everyone. Except for you. I mean, wouldn't you rather just get the mana? I think I'd rather just get the mana. It seems about right. Jackpot! I wasn't even looking at the dice. Which is why I really like that he calls out his own jackpots. Like, I did good! Dancer and eccentric. Okay, this is an interesting fight here. This is one of the most unique fights. So let's look at our characters first. Eccentric. Normally, how dice work for your heroes is that the left and the middle are the most powerful, the top and the bottom are so-so, and the 2 on the right are the weakest. Note, X's usually appear on the right, and high numbers of pips appear on the left, like reuse dice and target ally cannot die. The 5 and 3, for instance. Eccentric is a little bit inverted, which means that a lot of items that give abilities on the left and the middle can be used on him without ruining anything. He also has 4 damage descend. It hits the target and the unit below it. Pretty decent, honestly. Like, good, okay stats. In fact, sticky and then mana, 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 we can always roll more and try to hit a 5-piece. I would like to consider the Dancer, though, who has cantrip reroll, cantrip damage. Cantrip just means, again, while it's rolling, you get the effect and you can keep rolling it. And also 1 damage to all enemies' rampage pain. Dancer can hit all enemies for 1. If it gets a kill, they can use it again. So if you can buff this, buff the number of this, the pips, you can do a lot of damage quickly. But because it's pain, they also take a lot of damage. So, like, we could dogma it, and then it dogmas to 2. And then cantrip would also do 2 damage. That's pretty good. Eccentric, I mean, I kind of like this unit right now. They're doing an okay amount of damage. If we take them, we could give them this setup, and then these 3 would be equal to 5, and these X's would just be 1 mana, but we could reroll these. These ones would be sticky, these ones would not. It's pretty nice, but 2 cantrip damage is pretty good. We have to also consider this fight, though, because Thorns, if we hit them, we take 5 damage. If we cantrip into them, we'll take 5 damage. And Madness, used to be called Wendigo. Tough boss. The top non-magic hero is Possessed and Mandatory. Mandatory must be used. Possessed targets as if used by the other side. So they will hit us every turn. So if we use this one, 1 damage to all enemies, it'll hit 1 damage to all friendlies. I'm pretty certain. Unless it doesn't. Does, we still probably wouldn't do it, but it would cantrip and hurt us too, so. Not the best. I think I might go Eccentric. And then we'll roll Sticky, and then cancel the Sticky on these 3, so we have 5 damage minimum coming out, basically whenever we use them. 1 shield every turn, you can keep this for now. We want you to never roll 5, we want you to roll 1. I can give you a shield, you can use it on the enemy, I don't care. So they only really have 1 side that is real disastrous. I could give them this, kill an ally with 2 or less HP ranged possessed mandatory, and it won't work unless we are low on health, but then it will kill us, I think. I'm just gonna keep it like this. I think this is fine. Kill an enemy with 2 or less HP range. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't want to give them this ability. I think this is totally fine. Now the Thorns are gonna be annoying because they're gonna be petrifying us constantly, unless, oh good, you rolled well, you ass. Yeah, I think we don't want to keep the Thorns alive. I think we don't want to keep 5 damage mandatory because again, you can hit yourself, but that doesn't help us. So we're gonna re-roll this. If we get, what is this? Eliminate Bloodlust. +1 pip for each damaged enemy. Target must have the least HP. I think we're gonna try to roll the Vitality play to give them more health. Good. And then we can stun a Thorns, and then you give shield. It has to be on an enemy, but we'll just, if we do this at the end of the turn, the shield doesn't roll over or anything, we'll be fine. So smack. We did take damage because we did hit a Thorn. I will stun the other Thorn so that we don't get petrified. Give you health, tell, and then we'll just shield the boss because it doesn't matter. Fire a laser beam out of your nose. I mean, it's pretty good turn so far. In fact, it's a great turn so far. I would say yes. In fact, boss isn't even doing anything, and then if we burst them, they are dead. Could be a really dangerous fight if you have to use your abilities, but if you have items that ruin your own abilities and make them worse, now's the right time to equip them. Blindfold and Karma. Karma. Add self-heal to heal sides, self-shield to shield sides, pain to damage sides. So if you do something, you take it. If you heal someone else, you heal yourself. If you shield someone else, you shield yourself. If you hurt someone else, you hurt yourself. So we could put heal 4 vitality, dogma, self-heal, and then every time Jaxie Pants uses this ability, they will also heal themselves. They won't vitality themselves. They will just heal themselves for 4. In fact, they would only, their only rolls would heal themselves, which is kind of fun. They don't do damage. Blindfold removes all keywords from all sides, which means we could remove sticky, and then this just does 5 damage, this does 5 damage. This would only do 5 damage, it wouldn't have descend anymore, because we would remove all keywords. We would remove vitality, we would remove dogma, we would remove mana gain, we would remove single use, so these are reusable. I think Karma might be a little bit more interesting here, although Blindfold is tempting. I think I'll take Karma and just toss this one on you. So you self-heal every time you do anything. It's okay. That's okay, I guess. We have to refactor everything anyways because of what's going on here. So we'll put Worn Arms on you, and we can give you a 2-value poison, which is fine. And put a self-shield on you. And yeah, I don't want a sticky in X. This is fine. All right. We'll try to get more items in the future. Can get pain self-shield with the sword and shield item. Yes, I think. 2 poison damage, a stun. I like stunning the snake so that it can't poison us. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just re-roll you until you roll better. Excellent. I mean, yeah, honestly. Well, you're poisoning everyone. Ah. Okay, in that case. You have too much health, I can't stun you. I still can't stun you. By 1! Well, if I can't stop you from poisoning me, then I can't stop you from poisoning me. It shouldn't be that bad. It's probably worth still hitting you with this so that we only take the 2 poison instead of the 3 poison. Sure, why not? Okay, 1 person's dying. We're gonna kill multiple units on this turn. Yeah. Because of the descend ability, we can immediately kill 2. And then all we need is just a little bit more damage. So we'll keep the mana gain. I'll keep the 3 damage. Actually, reuse does it right there. Reuse, damage, beautiful. The Nor and Profit. The name didn't transfer, but at least I know what this unit is called now. So the Nor, I didn't see what you said, you can become a Garter, basically. Redirects all damage from an ally onto me and self-shield. Kind of look like a Knight of the Holy Grail. You also have a stun, 15 HP. You are a tank. Gotta say though, Prophet is just a better version of what we have. Instead of Vitality 4, it's Vitality 5. Better mana and healing from the top and bottom. You can regen everybody for 4 mana, and you have a heal 3 rescue. If this saves someone's life, you can reuse it repeatedly. I think Prophet's the way to go here. And then also, you heal yourself every time you do anything. Yeah, I like it. I like that a lot. And then if you get the thing that gives you rescue, if you save yourself, you also can save someone else. Good jackpots. So, Cyclops. Does a lot of damage. Sometimes it's cleave, sometimes it's hit everybody. Also, if I hit your white HP bar, you will be stunned. Spiker, on hit damages for 2, you're punching for 7. I think because you're doing so much to one target, I would like to stop you. So we're gonna hit you, stun you. Then we can just foretell, roll over mana, and then if we need to keep people alive, we sue them. The regen will heal them turn after turn, and it's a heal on the when you cast it. It's heal 1 and regen 1, I think. Yeah. I don't need to stun you. I can kill you. Jackpot, and he rolled a 5. So we'll keep those. We'll keep this. I mean, we can do a lot of damage on this turn. I'd love to get, we didn't get it, but I would love to have picked up a Vitality Gain. Instead, there you go. Now it's just a Cyclops. And we have very good damage rolls. And just to see how it works, soothe, healed them for 2. Now everyone has 2 regen. They heal for 2 every turn. That's nice. Ash and Ran, welcome. Wow, some slice and dice. Yep, we're slicing and dicing. And I got a duck. Whack. Add echo to the 2 right sides. It copies the pips of the previous dice used. So, there's really only a few places we can put it, but if I put it here on the rogue, it would be 1 damage echo. If we used a 5, which is likely, then this would be another 5. So we can make him a little bit more high-endy. The North says, I hate Chomp with +5 or +1 HP. It just looks so silly. We'll talk about the enemies in a minute. Wandcraft, replace all sides with single-use mana, retaining original pips and keywords. So, for instance, 5 mana, 5 mana, 5 mana descend. We could put it on the Prophet, and then it's 5 mana single use, 5 mana single use, 5 mana single use, 5 mana and mana gain. Well, it'd be 3 mana here, 2 mana here, and mana gain means that we would get 4 if we cast this one. We have to fix the names again. You're right. What happened here? It only worked for like the first upgrade. Going from level 2 to level 3, we have to do it ourselves. I can't think of many ways to break single use of mana. So in a lot of situations, you just want big mana gain. Like what if you had, 10 damage heavy charged, or whatever that weapon is, Oh, turn it into 10 mana. All of a sudden, you're killing any enemy you want. You're rolling over mana. You're getting regen up. Like, the idea of Wandcraft is that you can kind of foretell with that mana, but not literally. You can get value by having the ability to use the mana for whatever you want. It's not good, but there are really cool ways of making it interesting. Duck is also not really that interesting for us, though, because we're not really building around Duck. But I do like the idea of Wandcraft giving us a lot of mana early, and then we just foretell until we have unlimited mana. But I think I'm gonna go random. Ogre Blood, Bloodlust to the middle side, +1 pip for each damaged enemy. So there's a couple of interesting things we can do. For instance, Shield, Bloodlust. It gets stronger if you have shields and stronger if there's damaged enemies. This could be worth a lot of shield. Bloodlust here just gives the heal a little bit of a better tick. Bloodlust here makes the sword a little bit better. You know, there's a couple of options. Really though, I think I kind of just like this. You have a good shield side and a good damage side. I mean, it's pretty bad, but what else are we gonna do, right? Your poison could be better one time. It also frees, you know, that frees up 2 other things. We have Decree and Arrow now. How could we use Decree and Arrow? Doesn't do anything. Makes things worse. Makes things worse. Now this is an interesting one. Kill an enemy with 2 or less HP ranged Bloodlust. You know, that's kind of tempting. Instead of a poison, you have a direct attack. These enemies have relatively low HP. It's effectively always going to be minimum 3 now. Yeah, okay, I kind of like it. Where's the mana gain? Mana gain goes there. Prevent death in all its honor, but Bloodlust shield share does basically the same thing for the entire team. Yeah, except it does take everyone's turns. That's the thing. What if we decree and then replace the side? It doesn't do anything. I mean, sure, you've got a shield, you've got an attack. Decree's not doing anything. It's fine. We'll hold on to it for a bit. Give mana to the gambler. I'm using the mana to counteract sticky on the blank X. Because if I use the sticky shoes, then we will have 3 sides that we cannot re-roll that don't do anything. But putting the mana here means that it overwrites the side and we can re-roll it. So I'm guaranteed 5 damage minimum from this unit, which is actually pretty good. We're gonna try this. 5 damage. We don't need a heal right now, we need damage. And we got it. It took 3 rolls, but we finally got Bex giving us something. Something. Now, Gnolls. They have 4 HP. They also reduce damage taken by 1. So that's why we need the 5 damage to kill him. Chomp. The first half of his health bar hits the top unit for damage. The bottom half of his health bar hits our bottom unit for damage. 1 for 1. So if we hit him, we take 5 damage. War Chief is giving all monsters a +1, and then there's just another Gnoll. Now, with 2 attacks though, we can pretty much make sure that no one is dying, Means that Nacho here's not doing anything, but honestly, like, it is what it is, you know? Maybe a bad roll, should have not locked that one in, but I was kind of hoping that that could be used to kill a null, so I still got the same kills I wanted on that turn. I killed 2. It's fine with me. Dodge will dodge the damage from Chomp, so we could take this, but I kind of want the mana. Yeah, I still do. So we rolled 1 mana 3 times. Soothe is good regen for everyone, keeps us all alive. Foretell, though, probably better. Especially because we can foretell twice. Now I could hit Chomp, it'll kill us. I could keep username alive and hit Chomp, which won't kill us. Or I could just kill a Knoll. I think knocking out a unit might be a little bit better there, but probably not by much. Okay, still, good turn. I'd prefer to be alive, says username. Would you, though? I question the decision to keep prevent death when no one is dying. Well, because if I rolled well and we wanted to attack Chomp, we want to prevent death to prevent Chomp from killing us. The North says, dang it, he found a use for it. This is why I keep failing on Brutal. Because I rolled well, I wanted to kill the Knoll, but we could have worked on the Chomp and with prevent death avoided the damage. Same thing happens here. You know, if I hit Chomp, we die. If we get prevent death, we can keep the unit alive. So let's roll. Mana is great. And actually, with the stun, we can stop either unit from hitting. And we'll probably stop Chomp from hitting. Saves our unit on this turn. Wow. Hate to say it, but that's... Right. I hate to say it, but that's actually still fine. Okay, fine. It's only Chomp. We have 8 mana. He's not attacking blue. We do have to keep him alive, and that's how you do it. Stay alive. Burst. The Knoll can become the ultimate keep alive machine. This character has been buffed. There used to be an X here, I think. So Pilgrim can become Valkyrie. I remember the name of this unit. 2 of the sides of his die are target ally cannot die. Also 4 damage Death Wish. Also Shield 2 Rescue. Can be reused if it saves a hero. Kind of a nice shielding ability. Also, really good target for Bloodlust. We finally have a use for it, I think. Nacho Mansa can become, from his current form, into a Warlock, I think? For 6 damage, do 13. If you consider Burst, 2 mana for 2 damage, this is like doubling the efficiency of your mana to do damage. But also, his mana sides inflict pain. He also has a heal and a mana Bloodlust, but you have to hurt yourself to get the mana to use your abilities. I think you go Valkyrie, also has a revive ability, but I think I like the idea of using this with the Bloodlust. We don't want to duplicate it, we just want reusable, I think. But yeah, that seems kind of nice. Dog. You know what? I'm just gonna give you the poison. Put this here. So we still have equipment that we're not using, but maybe at some point we can do something else with it. Troll King regenerates 2 health, does a lot of damage. 3 to all, 5 cleave, 2 poison cleave. Slate, you have to hit 7 times to kill him because he just has individual health bars. And then there's an archer in the back. I have to admit, with the archer being in the back, it kind of is tempting to have someone with a way that can kill that archer, e.g. Nachomancer with the arrow on. And I might just take this because I think it might be better. You can kill the archer if you roll it. Two good rolls. You can kill the archer. And just more damage. So we could go for the slate, but the 5 damage attacks only do 1. He heals, but he's probably still the better target. Kill the archer. No one's dying. Beautiful. Get more health. Yeah. Everyone takes a little bit of damage from the slate and the Troll King, but no one died, and we did a lot of damage to this fool. Now we do have to kill him, though. Weird turn, but I think it does work. We don't have Bloodlust on the shield, but what we do have is hit, kill the Troll King, heal, shield, rescue, shield, and now it's just a slate. That was a very good roll. We are getting surprisingly lucky by rolling well on the gambler consistently. I will acknowledge that. I will acknowledge that the luck is it's there with the gambler right now. Instead of foretell, even, I'm just gonna, we should foretell. There's no reason not to. I was thinking about giving regen, but why not get the extra mana first, you know? 8 damage Death Wish, if only it actually did 8, and then we get the KO with the ranged attack. No flee, no fleeing. So this is a, like, modifier for the run. Enemies can flee if they're low on health. I don't know why you would want this. It's the tier 0 stuff is mostly useless, but there are sometimes use cases. There is a use case for even this, a thing that you might think is useless. There are situations when you can make your own units flee. No fleeing would prevent that, but we don't care about this. Tourmaline Pareba adds Era to all mana and mana gain sides. They get stronger as the fight progresses. Iron Blood Pendant +3 to incoming healing and shielding. So immediately if we put that on Enchanted Shield, it becomes a shield for 3. Well, a shield for 4 every turn on anyone we want. It's pretty good. Era and mana gain is fine, but when we start hitting these high tier items, we are approaching a territory of we might be able to get game-breaking synergies if we re-roll and get something even better. +4 shield every turn is pretty good though. But I'm gonna re-roll. Weaken and pain on the top and bottom sides. So we hurt ourselves, but we can weaken enemies to make them not do as much damage or have as many effects. This doesn't seem like a very good item. I feel like we whiffed pretty heavily on this one. And the shield would weaken ourselves, which we wouldn't want to do, obviously. Okay, I mean, I think you just accept that you whiffed and you move on. Gonna put the Bloodlust back on you, and I'll keep this though. There are situations when we might want this on this upcoming combat, I think. Wallow, welcome. Are you winning? Well, we're on fight 17. in hard mode. So we're currently winning-ish. We're winning enough. Damn Cause. Cause are annoying because when you hit them, they move back, and then you have to have a ranged attack to finish them off. There's also one fanatic who's gonna hurt himself and do a lot of damage. So, a lot happening. This keeps people alive. Good mana. I don't want to roll this. That one's fine. And we got the Vitality play. So, I would like to hurt as many enemies as possible to ramp up the Bloodlust. Bloodlust. And then we'll foretell as well. So we'll hit a Ka. Now this is worth 4 shield, so rescue yourself, rescue Bex. Put the health on... Maybe, put it on yourself, and then we'll put the health on Nachomancer Libre. You know what you should do, Lenore? One day, when I have nothing else to do, you should entertain me by streaming your own Slice and Dice run, even if it's just in Discord, and I'll watch you and I'll heckle you as you play. I want to do more of that. I want to heckle other people instead of being the one being heckled, you know? I like this turn. I have an idea. Hit a Ka. Shield, 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 shield. And then foretell. So we just got 20 shield for free out of that rescue. What do you think I am? You're just... Oh, right. Dance for me, boy. I came out a little bit wrong. Not too wrong, but maybe a little bit wrong. Thank you for the 5 damage. Thank you for the 3 damage. Kill you. Kill you. Hold up. That's a lot of health. Shield? Then shield again. Then kill a Ka. Kill a Ka. Now I can hit you, and I can kill you. Excellent. Golem and zombies. So zombies, decent damage cleave, poison attack, and they die if you hit them for 4. I die if I take 4 or more in a single attack. Well, that's half of this and this, so 4 is likely. Golem starts with 8 shields, and unused shields are retained. His whole deal is this, 0 damage steal. That's 8 damage if you don't hit him back. Ludus! Okay, I kinda like Ludus here. Yeah. Gambler, but to the extreme. And then Nachomancer can become a wizard. You're a wizard, Nachomancer. Inspire, another hero can use their dice again, but also this shield permaboost is pretty cool. Permanently boosts someone's faces by 1 for the combat. The cool thing is that you can manipulate that, you could possibly reuse it. They also have mana cantrip. If we put Bloodlust on that, we could get a lot of mana if we keep rolling that repeatedly. We didn't take Duck. 1 and 1. I could make your top and bottom be 2 and 2 with Decree. I'm trying to think like what else we can do with this guy. I think it's a Ludus. I think that's what we want. For just more consistent damage, and we want the damage. Yeah? Biggest problem is the time you go online when I should go to bed on weekdays. Might be it. But like, if you're interested, we should make a time for it. And then I'll heckle you. Yeah, I think with Scorpion Tail, Ludus is actually pretty good. Scorpion Tail. So now he has 2 good sides that are pain, but they're not too high. 3 weaken is really good. 3 pain is not too bad. I think that's fine. And then we have Worn Arms we can put on someone else if we need it. I don't think we do. I could... With Decree and Warm Arms, I can make those sides 2. I can make that side 1. So like, Decree, maybe not the best play earlier. Trying to think like how we could use it effectively, and I'm not really coming up with any outcomes. So I think we're just gonna be like, yeah, that's fine. By the way, Nachomancer with his ranged attack that can kill enemies will work on golems through the shield. So on this fight, I'm actually gonna give him the Bloodlust because I want this to 1-tap a golem. In fact, oh, it's only gonna work on the 1. You know what? There you go. Ludus is now guaranteed to kill each golem. It'll just take 2 turns. And then Vex, all they have to do is roll 4, and we can kill a zombie in 1 hit. I think this is what we want for this combat. You know, we don't have to handle every combat the same way. We can change things up for the enemies that we're fighting. Ludus kills the golems, we only have to deal with zombie. We have someone who can kill the zombie. Vex with the 4 damage attacks. I think that is very appropriate. And then you know what? Take a shield, because why not? So even though we just got the unit, we're not really going to be using him the way maybe we would normally like to, but that's okay. So there's 1 zombie kill. If we roll well, we can actually kill a 2nd zombie. We did! So there's a golem, a zombie, a zombie. Just give me more mana in the future, and yeah, this fight went very well. Okay, well there's 1 enemy killed. All we need to do is roll 4 damage. We got another chance. Don't you worry. There you go. Chaos Wand and Collar. So we have Chomp, 5 damage to Ludus, 5 damage on Nachomancer. Ludus, it's not your name. Hold on a second. I'm not gonna spell it right. Right, Chomp, 5 and 5. Spiker, punches for 7, hits everyone for 2. On attack, hit for 2. Basilisk is the interesting one here. 2 damage cleave, 1 damage weaken cleave, 2 damage poison, but when you hit Basilisk, your attacking side is turned to stone. So we could only use each attack once on the Basilisk. So we'll probably just use mana and burst. Collar copycats the top and the bottom sides. Copies the keywords from the previous used dice. So, on the top and the bottom, we could have username give us mana gain and self-heal. It's actually really good with Poison Tail, isn't it? Pain, weaken, but also mana gain, and then a self-heal, which counteracts the pain. That's quite interesting. Chaos Wand, replace the middle side with 1 damage, single use, cleave, engage, self-heal, weaken, and vulnerable. What? Well, ×2 versus targets with full HP, self-heal, weakens the target, makes them vulnerable so they take more damage from other dice and abilities this turn. The thing is, Imagine putting a Bloodlust on that. All of a sudden, it could be 5 vulnerable. A burst would do 7 damage. A 1 damage attack would do 6. There's some temptation there, but I do like the collar idea as well. Big mana gain. You don't want vitality. Well, you can raise the max health of an enemy, it doesn't matter. Descend, that's another keyword we could duplicate. Rescue Bloodlust is a keyword we could duplicate with 4 damage, weaken, pain. Duplicate Steel, probably not. But like, we can basically guaranteed hit self-heal, at the very least. Negates the pain, applies a lot of weaken. That's like really good. I will take Collar. So now you have Copycat. You're gonna go back to your normal loadout. These enemies do not really benefit from having this on. The instant kill at 2 health, ranged. Range does go around the on-hit effects, so we wouldn't take damage, we wouldn't get stoned, but it's not like a bow and arrow, it's an instant kill execute. It doesn't work. Not the way you would like it to. Decree. I guess we can still give it an extra pip of poison. There you go, that's what we can do. So, Ludus here, username, has 4 good faces. 2 that are high damage, and a couple that are weaken pain, which is annoying, but also is just really good for negating the enemies. Like, we can completely negate the Basilisk's poison, even though it'll petrify this face. We would probably rather not do that. We'll probably hit like a Spiker or something, work him down. Nachomancer says, hey, did you try Marvel Rivals? I have not, but I've not been big on first-person shooters lately. I haven't really found any that interest me, and I'm not really that interested in them anyways, so yeah, it hasn't been too interesting, I guess. So by hitting the Spiker, he's not attacking. Basilisk is still attacking, but I don't want to kill the Basilisk first. If we attack it first, all of our faces that do raw damage are going to be stoned. If we attack it last, we'll have built up enough mana we can just burst it to death. Like if we go for it first, we don't have any physical attacks for the Chomp or the Spiker. It's problematic. This is also a little problematic. Everyone's hitting you, huh? How much damage are you doing? 8. I can kill a Spiker, but we're gonna take damage. I can just weaken the Spiker, but we have pain. I might have to let Ludus die. He can come back to life, but I need to kill Chomp to save you. What an ability. What a draw. Although we can self-heal you, which is very interesting. Or, you know what we could do? Death Wish. Now this thing is doing 8 damage with weaken. Ah, but you have to be dying for it to take effect, so healing you doesn't actually help. Try to think, who do we kill first? Because we could kill Basilisk. Yeah, everyone lives if we do that. That's actually, you know, not a bad idea. Actually, weakening the Spiker also keeps you alive and does damage. All right. I mean, I'll take it. It's not really what I had in mind, but it's acceptable. Reuse heal means we can just reuse on this guy. On this guy. Yeah, username, you know, that guy. You know, that guy. What's his name? All right. Fertel. Chomp is the last one left. And if we give everyone enough regen, he can't really do anything. The problem is getting enough damage done. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna take mana gain and self-heal. That way, we counteract the pain and we're gonna get 3 more mana by hitting him. And honestly, we can probably just murder him at this point. And no one died. Who are we fighting? The inevitable. Oh God. No. He becomes immune to damage every 5 HP. He also has 3 damage to the top and bottom enemies with Weaken Era. Era means every turn it gets stronger. 6 damage, heavy self-heal Era. Every turn it gets stronger. 3 damage, inflict, exert, cleave Era. He gets stronger every turn. Foretell is inevitability in a way, so this is technically a fair fight. Except the problem is that, you know, if we get 99 mana, we still can't kill him unless we spend 6 turns bursting him down. So it's a little awkward. We can go for Weaver, I believe. As a spell, they have Crush, 3 damage to the top and bottom, and a charged ability. For all the mana that we have, we gain that much mana again. That's what that ability is. Pretty okay. Miasma is a poison, so we could make him inevitably die just with poison. We also have reroll cantrips and mana cantrips. Yeah, the wisps are also a problem because they can do a lot of damage, inflict pain, and summon extra enemies. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay. I mean, we can weaken you. So 3 damage inflict exert and 3 damage weaken can become 0. So that's really good with our poison scorpion tail. I'm also thinking, the Norse says, I'm a sucker for cantrips. Bloodlust reroll is always hilarious when it works out. We have no cantrip damage though. That's the problem. I can make all of his faces 2 with no rerolling. I can make the top and bottom cantrip manas 2, or I can make the reroll cantrip Bloodlust, so we can get a lot of rerolling in. We could also random if we don't like either of these. I like Crush. It's a good way of hitting both wisps. 2 of these will kill both wisps and give us 2 mana back, because that's what the blue health bar is, 1 mana. Username will be able to lock down the boss with the weaken effect, which is kind of nice. Jaxie Pants can keep them healed up. Probably don't want to give him vitality if we can avoid it, but it might be worth it. Poison. Poison is tempting, because if we wound everything, then start re-rolling and get a lot of re-rolls and get a lot of mana, we can have access to a lot of poison. Cantrip will kill the Scorpion Tail collar holder though. Well, I wouldn't be putting Scorpion Tail on Cantrip. I would be putting Dogma and then the sword, and I would change the top and the bottom mana to 2 and 2, but then I wouldn't get the Bloodlust on the middle, so I guess we wouldn't do that. We would just put Bloodlust on the middle, and then after one turn, if we wound everyone, we'll get a lot of mana from Nachomancer because he'll have a lot of rerolls. I don't know, like, this doesn't seem particularly amazing. We could also random, but I don't think I want to random. With the Valkyrie, this is not that bad. If anyone dies, we can bring him back. We have Dogma, Worn Arms. Copycat will copy cantrip onto Pain. Oh yeah! Yeah, you're right. If we have any cantrip, all of a sudden, Copycat will make you have cantrip. So we would have, it would be Bloodlust, Copycat, cantrip. So what we could do, I guess, is if we remove Scorpion Tail, this enables damage on a cantrip. The thing is that I kind of want Scorpion Tail. Like, it's actually pretty good. I could put it on you and then put this on you. So the Copycat would be on Bex, but only on one side. And then we could have a mana cantrip on you as well. And then Bloodlust here. We could get more rerolls as we roll. I don't know. Something tells me that this is not necessarily the best idea. Because I really... but more rerolls means we're more likely to land the weakened side, which is actually something that we need, and we have cantrip damage, and we have a Copycat. Ah, hell. Let's do it. It'll be fun. So Bloodlust. Yes, because I want as many rerolls as possible. You have cantrip damage and cantrip mana. Could also roll cantrip, heal, and mana gain, which is also really good. And we can get a lot of mana this way too. Yeah? That works. That works. And if we ever do roll the cantrip reroll, we gain Bloodlust on Copycat. Yeah? Is this really what we're freaking doing here? The poison is nice. I think this isn't gonna matter. I think that the weaken is gonna be very important. I think that the Deathless and the Revive is gonna be important. I think that buffing the health of username and giving them the self-heal is gonna be important, although we're not gonna have a Copycat for that. Oh yeah! Cantrip can't, yeah. Cantrip can't die. Every turn, no one can die. I do like that. Okay, you know what? Fair. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Okay. I like it. Then what? Shield 1, duplicate steal. Probably don't put duplicate on it. On anything that could get cantripped, but which won't happen. Cantrip undying would be slow. But it's still really good. We don't need that much mana. What we actually just need is like a sustain, damage the enemies, get them back. I do like the mana gain. I also really like cantrip not die. Do you roll cantrip not die? Because the idea from this is that you get a lot of healing and mana passively. I still kind of like that. Don't need that. We're not replacing sides. You've got weaken on the boss. You just do a lot of damage. You can kill wisps. Yeah. Just need one good turn for damage. I mean, no, that's all you need, you know? Just get the perfect roll every single first turn, and then you're good. You're golden. Do we want Bloodlust here? Probably. It is still tempting to do, this? No, this for a little bit of additional mana, but you probably just go Bloodlust. But then I'm not using Decree and it feels like a waste, you know what I mean? That's true, we have Soothe, except Soothe is too slow. This boss scales. We're gonna go faster. Let's give it a go. Give me the Bloodlust reroll cantrip. You can put Decree on me or username if it makes you feel better. I guess I could have just given it to you. Okay, we got one reroll. You rolled high damage. And this guy is not doing anything, so we don't need to roll poison. In fact, this is your best roll. We don't need anything except to kill wisps on this turn. So, let's try to reroll cantrip mana. There's 1 mana. There's 2 mana. Damage is important on this turn. So we did not roll cantrip mana, but we do have a lot of mana. We have 4 off of just his rolls. That's okay. Kill a wisp. Do we want to poison the wisps or leave them alive for Bloodlust? I suppose we'll maybe kind of do a mix of both, maybe? I think we'll poison the wisps, leave them alive for Bloodlust. Bones are not too bad. Okay, locked in, good damage. Let's re-roll. Four damage, inflict, exert, cleave. Without being able to make it 0, this is kind of a waste. We really do need to roll the 4 side. Do we try to roll it again? Or do we just go for the 3? I think you try to roll it again. Now, that's the worst roll, but it's still fine. We got a little bit of mana, we'll get a little bit more mana, keep you alive, we'll be okay. Let us, what do? You inflict pain? I don't want to be pained. So we'll kill 1 wisp, and we'll kill another wisp. The only person who's going to be pained is someone who can take it. Get some more mana. Get some more poison out there. There you go. He is immune to damage on this turn, but that's okay. Well, you know what? Nah, we should probably poison him, the dude who can heal. So we're gonna have exert on our sides, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So on the top 3 units we have exert, and you are gonna have a big weaken cleave. There you go, there's the cantrip bloodlust happening. So what we want is, we wanna roll as much as we can with you. 4 would be ideal, 3 might be acceptable, but we can re-roll right now, because this is a fine turn indeed. Cantrip mana. 5 more re-rolls. You know, maybe we wanna stop your weaken. Keep re-rolling. Keep re-rolling. Do I care about... We have 8 re-rolls. We're gonna take our time. Do we care about exerting? I mean, we can kill the bones pretty easily. I'm gonna lock this in case we want it, but I might not even play it at all, because we're easily gonna make it through this turn, I think. I just want to roll 4 on the, there we go, on the weaken and poison. Because this kills the bones, then you're not dying. You have pain? Where did you get pain? What gave you pain? Was it a wisp? I thought they only inflicted... Of course they inflict pain. They don't inflict single use, you dummy. Yeah, we might want... Well, we're still... Like, I can heal you, I have soothe. Yeah, we're fine. Keep it, keep the damage. Keep rolling, we want as much mana as possible. There's another 5 rerolls. And then I think we did pick up the extra bloodlust from the mana cantrip. Also, our healer is healing people as they roll that, by the way. They keep healing people who don't need it, but it is working. Okay, 12 rerolls. Rerolls. I love the X's. And this is all one bloodlust side. That's why I like bloodlust. Now, if only we had a dancer. Okay, 48 mana. How much mana do we need to kill this guy, you think? At the very least, the bones should be no problem. Another 6 rerolls. The North says this is not statistically infinite. No! We have, we are performing above expectations with these rerolls. We're getting a little bit lucky. You only need 6 poison on him to phase him each turn. Or if I put 30 poison on him, he'll die in 1 turn. So we're trying to kill him with miasma. Well, I'm rolling until I'm done with my rolls at this point. We'll see how we're gonna kill him when we're done re-rolling. Mana Storm. Have 100 mana, unlocks Lich Finger. Add mana gain and death to the left side. That seems like a bad item. This is the part of Slice and Dice that I love the most, is the cool combos you can get, the interesting synergies. All right, well, now he's doing 1 damage. We're killing the bones. I need to save this cantrip, I'm realizing. Because you know, I'm not even gonna use your ability. Oops, hold on. I'm doing this very stupidly. There we go. Now we get the heal. Poison. Poison, poison. So we need 6. We need 21 poison. 9, 10, 11, 12. Horned Viper. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 poison. And then regen. There's 10 regen on everybody. Put some more poison on him just in case. Extra regen. There you go. Enter. Sweet. Okay, so we have... Why are you weakened for so much? Oh, it's incoming. We have 11 regen on everybody. This guy's dead. I guess just, like, end turn. Winner, complete any mode to unlock 5 heroes. There's new heroes? Oh wait, the lost... How have these guys not been unlocked on this save file? Did I really not play that much Slice and Dice on PC? I guess most of it was on my phone, huh? It's okay. Stats. Good run! We only lost Bex once. X has rolled 86. Hard mode victory completed. Good. Good. You've seen those before? I've definitely seen them on mobile, but I can't remember like what we've done on PC. Maybe there's been some like shenanigans happening. I think I'm actually gonna reduce the UI size as well. I think that might be too large even for me. That was a fun run. We'll have to jump into Unfair next and make our way back up to Hell. You don't win Hell. Nobody wins Hell. But that was a good time. I had a fun time with Slice and Dice. I remember now how good of a game this can be. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go lives. The rest of the outro goes here. And also, watch my other Slice and Dice runs from when I play the game from the beginning without knowing what the hell's going on. Playlist below.